Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson. So in the last lesson, we examined how you can list the elements of a set, and we were able to see how that can be done or achieved using the for of loop method, which was what we used in getting out the element of our set. And aside from that, we were able to also see the fact that sets are objects by using the type of and the instance of method to check the data types that our set belongs to. We're able to see that sets are objects in JavaScript. So moving away from that, we'll begin to talk about different method of working with sets in JavaScript, just like the way we add different array methods and properties. So we are going to be taking a look at each of these methods and what they do when working with sets in JavaScript. So the first one that we are going to be taking a look at is the as method. And also, when we move away from that, we talked about the for each method of working with element of sets in JavaScript. So let's get started. So the first one is the as method. The as method returns true if a specified value exists in a set, which means that if you want to check whether your set contains a specified value, it might be letters, it might be number, so it can be anything. So if you want to check to see that a specific value exists in a set, you use the as method to check. So let's take a look at an example of that in our code editor. So here we are talking about the JavaScript set hash method on here. So you can check if a specified value exists in a set using the hash method. So the hash method returns true if the value exists in the set, otherwise it returns false. So let's take a look at an example. So let me just use this set that I have there. So I have a set made with the new set constructor here. Now I want to check if a particular value exists. So I'll make just a variable. Let me say answer to this equals to letters dot hash. What do I want to check? Does it contain letter D? Let me put D inside. And now I can get out the output. Now we can see true, which means that this set contains this letter. But if I put something that does not exist, like F, so you can see the output is false. So that is how the as method works on sets in JavaScript. So if a specified value exists, it will return true. But if that value is not existing, it will return false, just as you can see right here in the example. And it is not limited to number. So let's say it's not limited to letters. So I can as well have numbers like this. I intentionally omit 3 so that I can use it as an example. So if I say is 1 present in my set, you can see it's true, but 3 that I know is not available, it will give me 4. So it works with both letters and numbers to see if a specific value is present in your set. So let's move on to the for each method. The for each method invokes a function for each set element. So let's take a look at an example of how the for each method works in JavaScript. So what we are working with now is the for each method. For each method. So the for each method invoke a function for each set elements. Here is an example. So I already have my set here. For this time around, I want to use letters and not numbers. So I can as well use numbers. It does not matter. So I want to use letters here and not numbers. So now I can make an empty text string where I want the output of my looping to be. So then I can use the method, which is the for each method. So to pass over my set. And now the output that I have from this is just going to be text plus equals value, and then I want to add a break to it. So outside of this, I can put my document dot get elements by id text, and you can see ABC. So the first method invoke a function for each set element. So this is just a callback function in JavaScript. If you were present when we talked about functions in JavaScript, so you should remember how a callback function works in JavaScript. So this is an example of a callback function. So you don't need the normal traditional function declaration. So I'm passing this arrow function as a callback into this method. So to iterate over each set, that is the meaning of invoke a function for each set element. So to iterate over it and present out the result. So you can also do it with numbers. So this can as well be numbers 2 and 3. And then you can as well even combine it with letters. So you can have a like this, and it will still give you the correct result. So you can combine both letters and numbers together and it will work. So this is how the for each method can be used to invoke a function for each set element to present an output. Thank you, and in the next lesson I'll see